Most of the time when we think of Hollywood film stars, we imagine they probably got their start performing on the Broadway stage or in commercials. It's common knowledge that Tinseltown is a notoriously difficult environment for a newcomer to rise up in its ranks. Before many stars managed to find success, they had to take on a few jobs that weren't likely very close to their hearts. While that's not particularly uncommon, it's always intriguing when instead of working as a waitress or page for one of the major studios, future stars turn to stripping off their clothing and appearing in adult films. Join us as we take a look at a few celebrities who first appeared in adult films before landing the breakout roles that turned them into bona fide stars. We'll also cover a few celebs that eventually turned to porn after their mainstream acting careers became stagnated. Sylvestor Stallone. With his chiseled physique and intensely alluring sex appeal, it's not hard to imagine the Italian stallion appearing in an adult film. Long before he was Rocky Balboa, Stallone appeared in a hardcore porn flick titled The Party at Kitty's and Studs. And as crazy as it sounds, that appearance ended up scoring him a role as an extra in the 1969 Robert Redford film Downhill Racer. A year later, he landed his first starring role in the film Rebel. Stallone went on to become an international superstar upon the release of Rocky and its subsequent sequels. He further established himself as Hollywood's go-to action hero when he appeared in the successful Rambo franchise. John Bailey. This actor developed his acting chops on the theater stage. He became rather popular in the San Francisco theater scene in the 70s and went on to perform with improv comedy troupes before scoring more significant roles in Kentucky Fried Movie, MASH, and Happy Days. In the 80s, after major roles stopped coming his way, he adopted the name Jack Baker and appeared in multiple adult films where he made fun of racial stereotypes while performing his duties. Kelly Jean Van Dyke. As the daughter of late actor Jerry Van Dyke and niece of Dick Van Dyke, Kelly was best known for appearing in TV programs such as My Mother the Car and Accidental Family. While she came from a family often considered television royalty, Kelly struggled to find roles, and by the 1980s, she could hardly even find guest spots. After realizing her Hollywood days were behind her, she appeared in several pornographic films under the name Nancy Kelly. On November 17, 1991, Kelly Van Dyke committed suicide in Los Angeles. She was only 33. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. And stick around to learn about more stars who appeared in pornographic films. Scott Schwartz. While he may not be considered a household name, Schwartz is someone you probably recognize if you've seen the holiday classic, A Christmas Story. He played Flick, the kid who famously got his tongue frozen to a flagpole. While that role certainly left us with a memorable movie moment, Schwartz struggled to find other roles. In the early 90s, he appeared in the adult film Scotty's X-Rated Adventure. The plot of that film involved Schwartz attempting to get a behind-the-scenes look at the film industry by interacting with a particularly voluptuous star of the biz. Schwartz went on to appear in several other adult films throughout the 90s, but his Hollywood film career unfortunately fizzled out. Tom Sizemore. Best known for his supporting roles in movies such as Harley Davidson and The Marlboro Man, Born on the 4th of July, Black Hawk Down, and Pearl Harbor, to name a few, Sizemore appeared in the 2005 adult film The Tom Sizemore Sex Scandal, distributed by Vivid Entertainment. The video was presented as a sex tape that featured Tom having sex with numerous women. In the video, Sizemore claimed he had slept with Paris Hilton. The hotel heiress, however, later denied this allegation, claiming it was merely a cheap ploy made by Sizemore to drive up video sales. Since then, Sizemore has appeared in the 2006 film Zizek's Road, and more recently in the 2017 remake of Twin Peaks. Holly Sampson. As a teen, Holly Sampson enjoyed moderate success, appearing in mainstream acting roles. Most notably, she appeared alongside Fred Savage in the Wonder Years episode The Summer Song, where she played his love interest. She also appeared in films such as Pump Up the Volume, Other Men's Wives, and Gia. In 1998, Sampson jumped ship, leaving Hollywood behind when she appeared in several hardcore films under the aliases Nicolette and Zoe. After realizing the hardcore scene wasn't necessarily her cup of tea, she switched to performing in softcore films for a while. In 2008, she once again started appearing in hardcore adult films, this time under the name Holly Sampson. Angelique Pettyjohn. This actress made a name for herself when she appeared in the Star Trek episode The Gamesters of Triskelion as the drill thrall Shauna. She was born in LA but raised in Salt Lake City. In 1967, she appeared in her first films under the name Angelique. These films included The Love Rebellion and The Touch of Her Flesh. Her breakout role, however, was in the Elvis Presley film Clambake. After making her appearance on Star Trek in 1968, Pettyjohn made guest appearances on shows like Mr. Terrific, Batman, The Girl from U.N.C.L.E., and The Green Hornet. In the 70s, Pettyjohn appeared in films such as Tell Me That You Love Me, Junie Moon, and Biohazard. In the 80s, under the aliases Heaven St. John, Angel St. John, and Angelique, she appeared in several hardcore adult films, including Body Talk, Titillation, and Stalag 69. She later appeared in cult classic feature films like The Lost Empire and Repo Man. Stephen Geoffreys. Best known for his role as high school misfit turned vampire Evil Ed in the 1980s horror film Fright Night, Geoffreys also appeared in 80s films like Heaven Help Us, Fraternity Vacation, and 976 Evil. In his day, he was one of the biggest teen stars in Hollywood. During the 90s, however, Geoffreys' fame had faded, and he found himself appearing in several gay pornographic films under the name Sam Ritter. He later returned to doing horror films in the 2000s. In 2007, he played Mr. Putski in the indie flick Sick Girl after 9 years of not appearing in a mainstream Hollywood film. He went on to play the lead in the horror movie Do Not Disturb. More recently, he donned his Evil Ed costume once more to take part in the Mad Monster Party convention in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2015. Dustin Diamond. After playing Screech on Saved by the Bell, Diamond found himself typecast and struggled to find work. This is an all-too-common plight for former child stars, and many of them never find the success in the industry as an adult that they desperately want. While he did appear on reality and game shows such as The Weakest Link and Celebrity Boxing 2, Diamond's TV career was looking pretty much dead in the water by the mid-2000s, and the few film roles he managed to land after his turn as Screech pretty much poked fun at the fact that he was a former child star. In 2005, Diamond directed and released his own sex tape called Screeched Saved by the Smell. Initially, Diamond claimed the video had leaked after attending a gathering where he and a group of friends exchanged similar tapes. Several years later, he admitted that not only did he release the video willingly, but he used a stunt double with his likeness superimposed. Cameron Diaz. The Charlie's Angels star appeared in softcore adult films before her acting career took off. Once her Hollywood career began picking up steam after starring in films like The Mask, Diaz desperately tried to stop the circulation of the films, but the rights holders of the videos supportedly demanded she shell out $3.5 million to bury them. The actress, who has since retired from acting in Hollywood movies, has never publicly spoken about the films. Now it's time to hear from you. Can you think of any other Hollywood stars who started out doing adult films or did them later? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.